So, what are we going to be doing with this old, dried up 350 small block Chevy? That's the question that I'm going to be answering in this episode. But anyway, this is the Young Chevy Truck YouTube channel where I plan on showing you how to build a 1984 Chevy C10 truck that just burns rubber, ain't meant to be fast, and only meant to be fun for you. And in this episode, like I said, we're going to be talking about what I'm going to be doing with that motor this summer. So, stay tuned because I think it's going to be good. Also, before we get this video started, make sure, if you haven't already, go and pick up your Eye of the C10 t-shirt. I'll put the link down in the description. The link is going to be down in pretty much every description of every video from this one on. So make sure you go pick up your merch. The Eye of the C10 t-shirt. Like I said, link in description. But anyway, guys, this is going to be a super long video. I hope for it to be about 10 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to it. The reason for you guys subscribing to my YouTube channel is basically to, watch me and my father learn about Gen 1 small block Chevys and learn about old school cars. We don't know everything about them. Like, I noticed that most people just appreciate seeing me learn about old school cars, seeing as though I'm a younger guy, and I don't think there are a lot of other younger YouTubers out there who are working on Gen 1 small blocks and stuff like that. So that's looks like mostly the main reason of why all of you subscribe to my YouTube channel. And sadly, you guys didn't get to see when I rebuilt a top end of a small block Chevy before. You saw the second time that I've done it in history, but you haven't seen the first time where I had to really like get my bearings together, because I've never tried anything like this before. So you didn't get to see that whole process. But basically, guys, I've never rebuilt the bottom end of a Gen 1 small block. And so I am pleased to announce that this summer, Kevin Dean and I will be putting together a Gen 1 small block Chevy from the ground up. Basically, from the ground up, I'll be doing the bottom end and the top end. It'll all be me. Of course, we're gonna take it to a machine shop, make sure they clean everything up and make sure everything is good to go, ready to assemble. But they're gonna give it back to me and I'm gonna put it together myself right here on the channel, on videos. This is gonna be content for this summer. So make sure you guys stay tuned. And I'm only doing this just for the sake of learning my setup. I wanna learn the ins and outs of the Gen 1. I wanna learn the ins and outs of the rear end one day, but in time I will. But I wanna learn the ins and outs of my entire setup. So that's why we're gonna be rebuilding this motor. And also for the sake of hooning, in the next couple of months, because it would be nice to know that I could blow it up if I wanted to, and I would have something that's the same amount of power, if not better, ready to go in the garage as a backup. So that's really just the whole point of it all. I really want to hoon freely. Yeah, I think this would be a great idea for the sake of content. And by the way, guys, the hooning is coming soon. Trust and believe, the hooning is coming soon. I'm just trying to get the rear end to break in a little bit better, and I think the only reason why it seems like it's taking forever is because I post videos every single day. So not much has happened in terms of the break-in mileage versus yesterday. It's just like I don't do the whole, like, usually most YouTubers post like 2 videos a week, but I try to get out like 4, so it doesn't seem like a lot has happened because you guys are getting updated every single day. But trust and believe, I'm trying to put some miles on this thing, and then we can go crazy, and then we can let the sauce begin. And also, until I break in the rear end, I actually plan on doing other little things to the truck, like fan shroud, fan situation, and all of that. And so I also want to mess with the carburetor a little bit. I want to see if I can get it to run better. I think it's running a little lean. And also, someone told me I should run on these spark plugs for a little bit so I can better understand how the engine's running. So maybe I'll probably just drive it all through this weekend and then crack it back open next week and look at the plugs and see if running lean is actually the issue. So yeah, we'll have to see about that. So yeah, you guys will be getting content in between until the rear end is broken in, is all I'm saying, which is exciting. It's very exciting. Like, you guys have no idea. I haven't slid a vehicle in like years. Well, no, I'll take it back. I haven't slid my truck in years, and I miss it. So that's gonna be a glorious day. I might cry. Who knows? We'll see. Stay tuned. Like this video. And that's not all. That's not all I want to do this summer. I have another thing that I want to do. There's a dude in my neighborhood who just got a RT. And those new RT Challengers actually sound really, really good now. They used to be really quiet, but they sound really good now. But anyway, you guys can probably already see where I'm going with this in terms of learning my setup and understanding everything about my truck. Most people know what the TH400 can and can't do in terms of toughness and in terms of what it'll take, how much abuse it'll take and all that. It's a pretty stout transmission. But let's face it, after a couple standing burnouts, that TH400 is not going to last, bro. And I'm probably a living testament to that because I know and I've lived it, I've seen it. TH400 is not gonna last. Or, well, the TH400 will last, but the torque converters that I put in it probably won't. So we'll probably be swapping those out a lot after we really start to drive the truck like I want to drive it. But after a couple torque converters, I'm pretty sure the TH400 is not gonna like the abuse that it got. Even though I'm gonna try to stay up on the fluid changes. I'm gonna try to stay up on, you know, torque converters and if they're whining or not. You know, like if I hear a whine, I'm gonna try to swap it out as soon as possible. But eventually, let's face it, things break, things die. I want to rebuild a TH400 transmission for my truck this summer. I want to have a whole entire setup ready to go in the garage, and I want to just spend the summer making content with a bunch of other fellow YouTubers, making content with the truck. If it blows, drop something else in there. If that blows, put the new trans in there. Bada bing, bada boom, and we just keep it moving. And so that's kind of where I'm going with this, y'all. I'm trying to have a ready-to-go setup sitting in my garage. In the process of rebuilding this transmission, I plan on rebuilding it to all the weird specs that I want it to be. I'm sorry if my washer is coming up on this mic, and I'm almost certain it is. I'm sorry about that, but y'all know, like, this is a working household, so stuff be going, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, I want to do some different things to the TH400 that not a lot of other people seem to be doing to theirs, so we'll just have to see. Basically, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Just know I want to rebuild that TH400, and I want to do it a little differently. And this whole idea I have, this will teach me so much, because I've never rebuilt a Gen 1 small block bottom end before. Done a top end twice so far. So I really want to understand how to do the bottom end, because I want to be able to do all this myself one day. I would love to be able to rebuild a motor in a weekend and then be running the next week. I would hate for it to take a long time. I really want to I want to be able to do it all myself. But in time, I just, like, most people don't know this. The whole reason why I sent the rear end to the shop is because I just wanted it to be right, and I wanted it to be running, and I know it would take me a while to do the rear end myself, so, and I'd be worried about it being right. So I wanted to just go ahead and get it over with, get it done, so then we can get back to driving it, and I can show you some fun content sooner rather than later. But I hope you guys think this is a good idea, because I need to produce content that isn't going to cost me $1 million to make, and I also want to grow the channel, and I want to learn. I just feel like in terms of making content, expanding the brand, and improving my setup and learning, all of that will be done by doing this summer. That's my whole idea. I'll provide good content, expand the brand, more subscribers hopefully. I will learn a whole lot more, and then I can hoon my truck freely as I please. Because if it blows, if she dies, she dies. I mean, at that point, because I got a motor in the garage and a trans in the garage. So, like I said, she dies, she dies. Yeah, so comment below, y'all. This is just a little quick idea. I know this is gonna be a short video. I'm gonna try to keep this outro really quick and to the point. But comment below, tell me what y'all think about that whole idea. Because I think it'll be dope for everyone if we do that. Because it's like, you guys love to see me do these things for the first time and understand these things for the first time. So I think that would be really awesome to show you, is that whole process of doing this for my first go around, my first rodeo. I think that's all I gotta say, y'all. Like I said, comment below, tell me what you think. I got a video coming out tomorrow. Stay tuned, y'all. Stay tuned. I'll be in contact. I'll let y'all know. I appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you in the next one, and have a good one.